Good morning, everyone. How are we all doing today? Welcome once again to Right Here, Right Now, our wonderful little Monday morning writing burst opportunity for you to get all creative and start off your week with a little bit of writing. And once again, we are really excited to be joined by our writer on the block, Ashleigh Nugent, who is into his second week now, which means the residency is in full swing and all of the incredible discussions, workshops, one-to-one sessions and stuff are all off on their way, and equally still loads of opportunities for you to be able to get involved and see where your writing can take you. But I'll tell you way more about everything we've got coming up very soon. But for now, let's focus on what we've got for this morning, which is going to be a brilliant, nice, easy half an hour with a really wonderful expert writer who's going to give us a little opportunity to be able to get writing and give us a little idea of something that's going to help us be a bit creative, something that maybe we haven't been able to think about before. So I'm always excited. I always love these. I think everyone brings their own sort of way and vision into these things, and it just opens up so many ideas for you. So I hope you're just as excited as we are. And like I said, this time around, we are joined by the wonderful Ashleigh Nugent. If you haven't had the opportunity to engage with Ashleigh at the point of the writer's block, stop, get involved, do something, because it's been absolutely incredible. But also, if you haven't had the chance and you're not too sure who Ashleigh is a writer, performer, and the creative director of Rise Up CIC. And he also does writing. He's written for poetry anthologies, academic journals, and magazines, blogs, and theatres. And one of his things is his latest work, Locks, is a novel based on the time he spent his 17th birthday in a Jamaican detention centre. And during that, he won the 2013 Common Word Memoirs competition as well. And has received rave reviews from everyone about it. It's a really incredible book, and I would definitely recommend checking it out. So that is Ash, and as much as I can continue to big him up, I think bringing the individual in on himself and letting him sort of show you just how incredible he is would be just as beneficial. So, like, to everyone, here is Ash. How are we all doing?
Hello, everybody. I wonder if you can change mine. It doesn't matter if my name is User One on there. You can call me User One if you like. I don't mind. That'll be my sci-fi name from now on. Incoming User One. So anyway, I hope maybe you will. Oh, there you go. It's Ashleigh Nugent. That's me. Hello, folks. I can't respond to you. So I don't know who's here. It's live streaming. But anyway, I hope some of you who have been to the workshops are here. It'd be lovely if new people are here. If new people are watching, then please come along to the workshops over the next 2 weeks. We have covered so much stuff already, and it's going to keep going deeper. We're going to go deeper. We've already looked at, well, as Zach said, we hope these writing prompts will give you something to think about with regards to your writing, some inspiration. The way I tend to work is that I also hope the sessions will give you something to think about in terms of inspiration for your own life, your own journey in life as a writer, but also just as a person. So we bring lots of developmental mindset techniques and also ways of thinking about what makes you tick and what you might want out of life. So we've looked at why everyone's different. We've looked at how people are the same. We've looked at duality and unity, and we're going to be moving forward on the journey from now on. We're going to cover what things you might be able to do to be as successful as you can be, and one of the things we'll cover is also the hero's journey. So this is daring you to come on a mission now. Today's writing prompt. We are daring you to get ready for the adventure, for the journey ahead, to enter the special world, leaving the ordinary world behind and become the best you that you can be. So this is another beautiful, most of these writing prompts I am inspired by either directly from this book or by the work of Charmaine Pollard. She is a poetry therapist that works with my company, Rise Up CIC, and comes into prisons with us. And this is her book, Writing for Resilience, which is now on Amazon. And I would advise anybody to get it. It really is brilliant. So these writing prompts are usually inspired by this book or by the work that, and I asked Charmaine if I can kind of use her work. So this, I'm going to read a poem. I'm going to read a poem. I'm going to read it 3 times. a poem by Lorna Crozier from What the Living Won't Let Go. It's called Packing for the Future, Instructions. I'm going to read it 3 times. So the first time, just listen, let the words wash over you, enjoy it. The second time, I would like you to pay a bit more attention. We'll come to that. Okay, this is the first reading. Packing for the future. Take the thickest socks. Wherever you're going, you'll have to walk. There may be water. There may be stones. There may be high places you cannot go without the hope socks bring you, the way they hold you to the earth. At least one pair must be new, must be as blue as a wish, hand knit by your mother in her sleep. Take a leather satchel, a velvet bag, and an old tin box with a salamander painted on the lid. This is to carry that small thing you cannot leave. Perhaps a key you've kept, though it doesn't fit any lock, you know. That photograph that keeps you sane. A ball of string to lead you out, though you can't walk back into that light. In your bag, leave room for sadness, leave room for another language. There may be doors nailed shut, there may be painted windows, there may be signs that warn you to be gone. Take the dream you've been having since you were a child, the one with the open fields and the wind sounding. Mistrust no one who offers you water from a well, a songbird's feather, something that's been mended twice. Always travel lighter than the heart. I hope you enjoyed that. I love that poem. So now I'm going to read it again. This time, I would like you to pick out a word or a short phrase that touches you or speaks to you in some way, in any way. Something that jumps out to you and just grabs you. Even if you don't know why, make a note of it. And if you make a note of 2 or 3 different phrases, words, that's fine. That's fine for now. Second reading, pick a word or a phrase that speaks to you. Packing for the future. Instructions. Take the thickest socks. Wherever you go, and you'll have to walk. There may be water, there may be stones, there may be high places you cannot go without the hope socks bring you, the way they hold you to the earth. At least one pair must be new, must be as blue as a wish, hand knit by your mother in her sleep. Take a satchel, a leather bag, and an old tin box with a salamander painted on the lid. This is to carry that small thing you cannot leave. Perhaps the key you've kept, though it doesn't fit any lock, you know. A photograph that keeps you sane. A ball of string to lead you out, though you can't walk back into that light. In your bag, leave room for sadness. Leave room for another language. There may be doors nailed shut. There may be painted windows. There may be signs that warn you to be gone. Take the dream you've had since you were a child, the one with open fields and the wind sounding. Mistrust no one who offers you water from a well, a songbird's feather, something that's been mended twice. Always travel lighter than the heart. And on this final time, you are going to choose the word or phrase that you will be sticking with for the rest of the writing challenge. So maybe you've written, maybe you've chosen a couple of words there. Now you're going to go, oh, this is definitely, you might choose another one this time, you might do. But if you go with something new, this has got to be it. Or you might just circle, oh, definitely that line, circle it, underline it, just do something to make it stand out. That's going to be kind of your prompt well, the starting point for creating your prompt. So, final reading. Packing for the Future, Instructions by Lorna Crozier. Take the thickest socks. Wherever you're going, you'll have to walk. There may be water, there may be stones, there may be high places you cannot go without the hope that socks bring you, the way they hold you to the earth. At least one pair must be new, must be as blue as a wish, hand knit by your mother in her sleep. Take a leather satchel, a velvet bag, and an old tin box with a salamander painted on the lid. This is to carry that small thing you cannot leave. Perhaps the key you've kept, though it doesn't fit any lock you know. The photograph that keeps you sane. A ball of string to lead you out, though you can't walk back into that light. In your bag, leave room for sadness, leave room for another language. There may be doors nailed shut. There may be painted windows. There may be signs that warn you to be gone. Take the dream you've been having since you were a child, the one with open fields and the wind sounding. Mistrust no one who offers you water from a well, a songbird's feather, something that's been mended twice. Always travel lighter than the heart. So you've chosen a word or a phrase, I hope. You've chosen a word or a phrase. And now I would like you, I'm not going to allow much time for this. This is a very short task. I'm just setting my stopwatch. I'm actually timing you guys so we don't go on too long. Now, I would like you to write one line in response to that word or phrase that you've chosen. Write a line in response. This is just a 30-second job. It's one line in response to that word or phrase that you've chosen. Respond from the heart. Don't think. Go. And pen down. Okay. So now I have 3 questions. So I'd like you to make a note of these questions. I'll read them out in a moment, and then I'd like you to respond to them. And then following this, we'll really get into it. So I'd like you to write down these 3 questions and respond to them. So let's write the questions down first. First of all, what would you pack for the future? What would you pack for the future? Question 2. What would you leave behind? What would you leave behind? Question 3. Where are you going? Where are you going? answer those questions. Okay. Have you answered those questions? Okay. Now, I hope this has got you thinking, folks. And we'll come back to all this stuff. This is all part of the journey. Now, I'm going to give you, how long have we got now? I'm going to give you 3 minutes just to write in response to what you've just experienced. So you've got some ideas written down there about what you're packing, what you're leaving, where you're going. Write in response for 3 minutes. Just write in response to what you've heard, what you've felt, what you've written. And don't think, keep that pen on the page. It doesn't matter what you're writing. It doesn't matter if you think it's gobbledygook. Keep going. 3 minutes. Okay, you ready, folks? Reset. Let's go. Right. Okay, it's 1 minute. Got 2 more minutes. Keep going, keep going. Forty seconds. 10 seconds. Okay, that's 3 minutes and I can't stop writing. Okay, finish the sentence or whatever that you're on. I can't stop it. Oh, I'm nearly done. One sec. Okay, so if anyone's going over, me too. Okay. Always have to finish that. I was rhyming, you see. I didn't want to finish without getting to something that rhymes. A couplet to finish. So, okay, last 3 minutes. Okay, maybe last 2 minutes. We kind of rolling on time. So this is the final, the final challenge. Sorry, 2 minutes to write on. Now, read over your response. Take a minute to read over what you've just written, and then write this. Are you ready? Write this. Now that I have read what I have written, I am aware, stroke, feel. I am aware, or I feel. Now that I have read what I have written, I am aware, or I feel, if you like. Now that I have read what I have written, I am aware. Okay, so have a little read and then respond to what you've written. What are you now aware of? What do you feel? And we'll give 2 minutes on that. And obviously, you can always continue any of these exercises. And if anybody wants handouts or anything regarding these things, let Wow know. I'll get them to you. 2 minutes. Let's go. Okay, let's give it another 20 seconds. I would absolutely, sorry, yeah, let's finish that line that you're writing now. Okay. So we've got 3 minutes, so I've got to finish. So I would absolutely love to hear some of these things fed back at some point. I'd love to hear your responses, how these exercises make you feel. But we'll have time for that in the workshops and in our little online meetings, whatever we call those, our enterprise hub and our workshops and our socials, our Bloc socials. So I'll see you all later in the week for our enterprise hub, and then our second workshop we will be connecting the dots. We will be learning how to develop your skills and become the best writer you can be. Then we'll be doing the hero's journey, and we'll come back to what we did today then. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. been beautiful spending time with you all. Peace.
Thank you so much, Ash. That was absolutely brilliant. Thank you. And I think everyone will hopefully have gotten so much out of that. I'm just going to spotlight. And I think there's just something really nice about how much you still wanted to write after those 3 minutes. And I'm really hoping everyone else kind of felt similar, because when you start to get into that flow, that's kind of the point where you want to be at, where the creativity just can't stop, and you never know what that sort of stuff is going to unlock for you. And even if you've written something and you think to yourself, oh, there's not really anything I can use with this, you'll come back to it in about 2 months' time and you'll see one line and you'll go, that's the line that I needed. And as much as everything else might not fit, you could just have a single line that unlocks some stuff. So I hope that's helped you all. Thank you all so much for joining. And as always, I'm going to do a very, very quick, I'll try and be very quick with this, rundown of what we've got coming up with all our stuff, which is all very exciting. Ashleigh Nugent did a brilliant job there, summarising some of the events that he's got coming up, and I can't wait for. We have got his Enterprise Hub conversation tomorrow at 6 o'clock, where he'll be having a nice chat about like the sort of practicalities of being a writer and the skills that have enabled him to be able to be the creative and writer that he is. So I think that's going to be fascinating. That's more sort of a look at practically being like the business side and those sort of aspects to it. So I think it's going to be really interesting. He's also got his second workshop, Honest Prose. I'm going to get this right. It's Honest Prose, Writing the Hard Truths, which is also on Wednesday, which is at Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Which is going to be a really fascinating discussion there, like workshop there and stuff. So much to learn. There's still also opportunities to get on with his one-to-ones. If you've been on the fence about it, don't just book on, because truly it is going to massively benefit you, being able to have someone read your work with such skill, and then also be able to give you the advice that is going to help unlock stuff for you, and maybe will get you into a conversation that you didn't really think about until someone else has been able to see it from sort of outside perspective. The amount of times I have conversations with people who've done the one-to-ones and have just gone, this has all opened so much for me. I always think that the one-to-ones are some of the most beneficial of the residencies, because the things that they can offer people are really not something to be sniffed at. So please, there are ones available for Wednesday, and there is one more available for Thursday as well. And I think we've got a few more for next week as well, but those are the ones this week. So if you do have the opportunity, please do get onto the one-to-ones, because they are so useful. And then also, that's just the first week of the next week of Ash's residency. We've also got our Black History Month programme that's coming out at the moment, and have some incredible events. And we've got an event this Thursday at Talk Stuff TV that I think you should all go see if you can get down to, because it's going to be absolutely brilliant. We've got the amazing Gambian singer Nazim, who is coming for his UK tour, and he will be doing a live performance of his own music, which if you haven't had the chance to check it out, if you have a little look on our Twitter, I know we've got a link to one of his songs. It's so good, and it will be such a nice night. And that was also through our What's Your Story project, where we worked with through him with some young people in Gambia as well. So we'll be showcasing some of their works, the film that was made about that, and also having a really fascinating interview with Nazim himself. So I think it's going to be a full night of like so much amazing sort of culture and music and discussion, and I can't recommend enough for you to go check that out. So if you have a look on our website, you'll be able to find details for all that. We also have our discussion with Stephen Smalls coming up on the 20th of October. We have our God, I lost my words then. The conference. So we've got a conference, which is a full day at the National Museums, Liverpool, which is all about the 1981 uprisings and 40 years along the lines. And we'll have really massive, poignant individuals from that time who were there having discussions about what it was like during that, but also the legacy that it has left and what the sort of future for anti-racist movements look like. So I definitely recommend checking out that. And the last thing I'm going to say really quickly is, you may have seen really exciting announcement that just came out last week. a few days ago was the fact that we're going to have a really fascinating discussion with the mayor herself, Joanne Anderson, all about sort of her own journey, the barriers she's been able to overcome, as well as the support that she's been able to get to be able to become one of the sort of most enigmatic political figures in this city and in this country. So that is going to be a really good discussion all on Zoom. So I definitely recommend checking that out. You can see all those details on our website, all those details on our socials, Facebook, Twitter, and all of that. If you want to find out more, writingonthewall.org.uk is your best bet. So thank you so much for letting me ramble on for 5 minutes about all of the incredible stuff we've got coming on. But as you can tell, I'm very excited about it, and I really hope that you all are too. And I really do hope that you are able to come see some of these incredible events and definitely engage with Ash and the Writer's Block, because it is just going to help you, especially creatively. It's so exciting. So thank you once again for joining us this morning. We'll be back for the Right Here, Right Now next Monday at 10 a.m. as always, and that can be another opportunity for you to get creative. So thank you. I hope you all have a wonderful day and enjoy yourselves. We hope to see you all soon. Thank you.